Hi, everyone. This is Raina Carrillo with Purpose and Passion. And you know, I'm about empowering, educating, inspiring, and teaching awareness. And today we have the lovely Yakisha Allen, and she's an entrepreneur. Colorme Braids is her business. And I'm talking about we know that in this world, there's beautiful children everywhere. And with those beautiful children, there's what? Birthdays. Every year is a birthday. So I said to myself, you know, I have 5 kids, okay? And I have to celebrate with my first twins in July, then Gigi in January, and then my other twins in June. So I'm really excited to have Miss Allen in the building with us. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, and I'm excited for you to be here. You look lovely. I love
Thank you.
pearls.
Thank
Oh my gosh, I
you.
love it. It's
As
so
I try to
classy.
collect them
Yes,
here.
they're beautiful. So take the viewers through memory lane. Where were your parents from and where were you born and raised?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm born and raised California, Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in the Florence area,
Yes.
Slauson.
Yes.
My mother raised me, and my mom was there, single mother. She did what she was able to do for
Yes.
me, and her friend, Delisa Brown, came and took over. You know, sometimes it takes a village to raise children.
Yes.
And I learned so much just by being with her and, spending time with my mom from time to time.
Yes.
But it just gave me a different outlook on life. At first, when I was younger, I used to look at it like, oh, why
Yeah, of course, of
me?
course.
But I thank God that I was able to go through the steps that I
Yes,
went
trials and
through.
tribulations,
Yes,
girl.
because it brought me to where I am today, and I'm
Yes.
so grateful.
Yes.
But yeah, born and raised in Los Angeles. I went to Gard High School in Cerritos for
Mm-hmm.
track and field. And I have 3 children of my own. I have a 23-year-old, Tatiana, and my son, 19, and a 6-year-old. So
Wow, that's a blessing, though.
yes, it really is a blessing. He is very special. He doesn't want to leave my side.
Mama's boy.
Yes, he is a mama's boy. But with the things that I have experienced as a young girl,
Mm-hmm.
when I was able to give back, I
Yes.
would come downtown and give to the homeless. I went to
Yes.
battered women's shelters and had cookies and milk, read to the children.
Oh,
I
that's
got other
beautiful.
kids involved that was part of the Black Student Union in
Mm-hmm.
high school so that they can get a chance to experience the less unfortunate.
Yes, of course.
So, yeah, that also gave them a different outlook. I was able to just give them an insight on some things that I kind of experienced too.
Yes.
And, they came from a 2-parent home, but ever since then, it just guided my steps to just always
To give back.
give back,
Mhm.
and especially for children
Yes.
and women, to also try to empower women that I could with my story,
Yes.
and the things that I have experienced in life.
See, the thing is when we go through our trials and tribulations in our lives, like my parents. I grew up in a dysfunctional home, and I remember being that child saying, "God, like, why did you give me them? Why couldn't you give me a doctor and a lawyer?" I remember saying that, like,
Right.
I'm 6 years old or something,
Yes.
But when I reflect back, they were young when they had me, and they weren't your typical parents. My parents were gang members, they were different. Dad had tattoos, not like other dads. My mom had feathers, not like other moms, right?
Right.
So, but when I reflect now, being in my 40s, I always tell my dad, I'm like, Dad, I don't know about the husband department, and you were okay, Dad, but you're an amazing grandfather.
That's wonderful.
And
Yes.
with my parents, I'm okay with what I experience in life. And so I'm able to communicate with the youth that I work with in the Crenshaw district in LA County. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Doing the gang intervention that I love is a passion, because you're able to take your story and let these youngsters know, like, this is what I've been through. and I've overcame so many things, and you can do the same, giving them hope in life.
Yes.
So when you had that little moment, I totally understand. I
Yeah.
totally understand. It's very deep.
Yes.
Yeah, very deep.
Very,
Yes.
very deep.
And so when you were in high school, what did you want to be when you grew up? Like, a doctor, a lawyer? Because I'm thinking about the entrepreneur thing. You know what I mean?
Right. You know what? I wanted to do hair.
Okay.
So not only I ran track, I played basketball. I was
In sports.
well-rounded. I was
Yes.
all through high school in every sport you can name. Two of my coaches got together when I signed up for cosmetology through the after school program.
Yes.
They were like, look, you have to choose one thing. You cannot do everything. I think I can do this.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm going that night, and when I wake up in the morning, I'm coming to school and I'm being proactive. They were like, no, we need you to focus on one thing. So I would say the first thing was hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that is entrepreneurship. Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my biggest questions is through this journey, before we talk about your business, your current business and things that you do, right, is do you know your purpose on earth?
I feel like my purpose on earth is to give back to the children.
Okay.
I feel it in my bones. I feel it when I wake up. I feel it when I go to sleep.
Yes.
I'm constantly thinking about what I can do to improve myself to be better, so that I can help others that want to, because for some reason, I don't know, like the children, I would love to be a hairstylist, and I'm like, oh, you don't know the grind, but
yes,
but yes, and not only that, like I said, my daughter, she's 23, she'll go to school and she'll tell her friends like, oh, my mom did that, and they're like, no, your mom couldn't possibly did all these things that. So she come back like, yeah, she has the degree, she has the certificates for it, like, let me show you. But yeah, it's just to empower children, to be their safety net.
Yes.
Along with the hair, I also have a daycare, and I have children that come to me that are in the system.
Yes.
So I try to just embrace them, to give them hugs and talk to them. Even I have 2 children now that are not bilingual, 2 young girls.
Yes.
But we feed off each other's energy.
Yes. And love is universal.
Yes.
Yes. Love is universal.
Yes.
So they can feel that from you.
And they're so excited to be there every day.
Oh, what a blessing.
Yes.
You could tell you're very passionate about that.
Yes.
You're like very, very passionate. It comes from experience and what life has shown you,
Yes.
And then, so my next question is they'll say your purpose. So what would be your passion in life?
My passion. Wow.
Right.
My passion, I would definitely say it's giving back. Because sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I don't want to give, but it's like someone in my ear, like, no, do that.
Yeah.
Go give to your friend. Go call your friend and tell her how beautiful she is. You see the lady walking down the street, let her know how beautiful her dress. It's just things like that.
Which is very important.
Yeah. I don't feel sometimes like, oh, I really don't want to, say. Maybe they're like, okay, she's like a stranger talking to me.
But you're speaking life into somebody. And God always uses us as vessels. I always tell people this: God cannot come on earth physically until like he's ready to like end it,
Right.
So right now what he does is utilize his children to bless other people, So that's very powerful. So when you feel like, oh, I don't know about that, just be obedient. That's all it is being obedient, because what you're doing is these individuals are going through things that only God knows. Right. And he's utilizing you to remind them that he's still here through us. You know what I mean? So it's very powerful. You're very important. You're very inspiring. And every time you get that little nudge, that's God speaking through you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So always remember that. Be obedient.
Yes. Yes.
And so let's talk about Colorme braids. I love it. I love your Instagram. I love seeing the kids with the color hair and the braids.
Oh my gosh.
It makes their day, you know?
Yes.
So let's talk about that. What got you to start this business? What was the, you know, the purpose of it and how it came about?
Okay. So my friend, a family member, Jimmy.
Yes,
as
yes,
you
yes,
know,
yes, yes.
His wife invited me to do the party for their daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, well, I know I do hair, but I'm not really interested in doing that. I just go to the salon and
Yes.
do my clients, and that's it. I have my time with the children Monday through Friday. So she called me back like, no, Keisha, yeah, no, I really feel like you can do this. And I'm like, oh no. So after the third time, I said, okay, I'll go ahead.
Yes.
But with me, of course, I definitely love to be prepared. So I had my staff with me, two other stylists. We came in uniform, and I still wasn't like really feeling like, okay, I'm gonna make this a business.
Yes.
But there was one particular little girl, I did her hair, and I gave her the mirror, and she was like, oh my God, I'm so beautiful, Mom.
Oh my
Look. Like, it's just, my heart just melts.
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh, okay. I think I
This
have to
is
do
it.
this. This
Yes.
is it. And everyone just kept coming to me like, what is your Instagram? Oh,
Yeah.
what is your social media page on Facebook? Like, I'm like, I don't have that.
Yes.
After the fourth time, one of the other stylists said, no, you do.
Yes,
We're
of
going to
course.
do this today. So that's how Colorme Braids came about.
I did not know this because I thought you were already in business. When I saw you, I was like, this, she's been doing this for a minute, you know, but hey,
Yeah.
so definitely for me, just hearing your story and having, you know, Jimmy's child's mother, like just not push you, but like push you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, we need you here. You can do it. That is so beautiful. You know, I don't know, I think her name Diana, right?
Yes.
I don't know her
Yes.
personally, but she has a beautiful spirit about her.
She do.
She really does.
Yeah.
And Jimmy, he cool people, you
Yes.
know. He's really, really good people. I always tell people social media brings people together. And that's how I was able to meet him. And he's such an amazing person. He has a huge heart.
Yes.
He's a Capricorn like me. So we could be stubborn.
Okay. Yes, I know. I have
Entrepreneurship, big hearts, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, I love following his social media. I love, you know, being able to see him grow, like from
Awesome.
like regular, right, to like ta-da, you know?
Yes.
So it's very,
Yes.
very inspiring. So
Yes.
how did you get to meet him?
Well, Jimmy's cousin, I have two children by his cousin.
Okay.
So I've been around the family.
Yeah, you family, honey.
Yeah, for
Uh-huh.
over 25 years.
That's
I would say.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, let me tell you something. It's because of him we met.
Yes.
And you had this beautiful, I say beautiful, okay, cut. When we met through Jimmy at the kid's birthday party, you had a beautiful energy about you.
Thank you.
You know, and so I was able to see you again. And I said, okay, God, it's meant for us to just be in the circle. And knowing that you had a business, I definitely want to give back to you, because one thing that I know about you is that you have a big heart. And now just hearing your story is you've been through some things in life,
Yes.
you know, and it has definitely given you the purpose and the drive and the passion to give back to the community. So I said to myself, I didn't know all of this, but I knew that God says, put her on here a show and help her promote her business. And here we are today at City Club with Lux Media
Yes.
Studios. Yes.
And I deeply appreciate that. I am so honored.
Yes.
I was like, okay, is she serious?
Yes, I am dead serious. Yes, I'm all about women empowerment, you know, I really am. And definitely in the journey as I'm running for mayor of Inglewood now, you know what I mean? So as I'm running for office, I want to build these relationships with people currently now and the people in the past. Because when I get into office, there are going to be so many people that are going to not be for me, but they want a piece of the pie.
Yes.
And I prefer to keep the relationships I have with the people currently to give them these opportunities. So the next event that I plan to do through my nonprofit, I have a nonprofit called the Phoenix Rising Coalition. And it's named Coalition because somebody already had took the Phoenix Rising.
Okay.
So I had to figure something out, and I said coalition because I know sooner or later I want to expand to Oakland. I know there's a Raina out there that wants to give back. And then I want to do one in Chicago, Chi-Town, and one in New York. And I want to be able to have a Phoenix Rising out there. What I'm doing in Inglewood, LA County, I want them to do in their communities. So I'm having a Autism Awareness Month. I'm already pre-planning. And in Inglewood, they don't have resources for autistic children. And my 4-year-old, I have twins. So one twin is autistic. And so there's no resources for him in Inglewood. I have to go to Westchester for it. And the journey of being a mother of an autistic child it's overwhelming. And not having the resources and feeling like you're alone, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I don't want the next mother to feel they're alone. Or I want to educate the Latino community that, no, your child is not Down syndrome. They're autistic. It's two different things. You know, I want to bring, awareness.
Right.
And so I want for you to be a vendor. So then you can make these little girls that are special needs smile.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what I want to do with you.
I am on board.
Awesome.
My 6-year-old was diagnosed with autism.
Mm-hmm.
He was diagnosed with mild to moderate. He has
Yes.
speech impairment.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way that you would be able to tell. But I live in the city of Walnut, and they don't have those resources. So
Yes.
I know exactly what you mean. They have a lot of good days and
Yeah, definitely.
some bad days.
Yeah.
And just being a mother of a child that is on the spectrum,
Yes.
I take my hat off to you because
Oh,
I
thank
know
you.
the things that I have to experience, just holding his hand all the way through.
Yes, of course, definitely. And so Purpose and Passion is about sharing with the viewers, my guest stories to inspire them. Because there's people out there that watch the shows and they don't know how to do something.
Right.
But through you guys' stories, they're able to learn to say, okay, you know what? This woman just touched my heart. I think I'm going to do something with face painting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It might be simple to people, people that are like, think differently, but everybody plays a part in this life to bring joy and happiness. And it doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you're doing it. Mm-hmm. And I'm just so blessed to just have you here with all your passion that you have for our community. And I'm just so grateful. Is there anything you want to share with the viewers?
Check my Instagram out.
There you go.
Colorme braids, Colorme_braids. And watch the journey, not just my journey. I hardly ever post me, but I post the children. So watch the children's journey. They're amazing. The camera, they come to life. So you see exactly what they're experiencing at the moment that they're getting their hair done, till they get the mirror and see the beautiful braids in their hair.
Yes. Thank you so much for blessing our show today.
Thank you.
Until then, you guys, this is Purpose and Passion with Raina Carrillo, and we're signing out. See you next week.
Glutathione is a big word. It's the body's own master antioxidant. It's a scavenger for free radical, bacteria, and viruses. There are no products in the market with the ingredient Nasset. Nasset increases the production of glutathione that's in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system, elevate sense of well-being, support muscle strength and endurance, cognitive function, and liver support. It helps with increased energy and blood sugar regulation. Get your bottle of GSH Plus from www.salvationnutra.com.